What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Ryan, and today we're going to be talking about all the mods that I've done to the 335i. I know I've done a previous video where I've talked about everything, but since then I've done a couple more things that I'd want to share with you guys, so let's get to that. Alright, so the first thing I want to tell you guys about is I actually ended up doing upgraded turbos, and I chose to go with the Dynamic AutoWorks Stage 2 Plus 775 RS turbos. Now I went with these turbos for a few reasons. One, they're not too expensive and I feel like the price point is great for what they offer. Another one is my mechanic over at Vader Solutions actually recommended these turbos. And also I've heard a lot of great things about the company Dynamic AutoWorks themselves, and they've been highly recommended throughout the N54 community. At least that's what I've heard, and so far they've been great to me. So a few things about these turbos is I really like how they kind of maintain a lot of the stock turbo features, as far as they spool very quick, and I feel like they kind of keep the drivability of the 335i how it was intended from the factory. I know some people choose to go single turbo. Now, I mean, that can be a lot of fun and you can make a lot of power, but for me, that's not just what I wanted to do. So I ended up going with the twins. So as I was saying, I chose to go with the twins over a single turbo just because, I mean, one, the price point. I feel like if you do a single turbo, you're going to be easily $10,000 into the build. I'll go over the cost of this in another video if that's something you guys are interested in. But that's one of the reasons why I wanted to go with it. And also I really do like how twins spool quick, and it maintains the drivability of the 335i. You don't have to wait till 5,000 RPMs to hit boost. And something that I really like about the upgraded twins compared to the stock turbos is they make power all the way to the red line, where I feel like the stock turbos kind of fell off a little bit, and these make boost all the way up until 7,000 RPMs. So I'm going to tell you about a few other mods, so let's get to those now. Alright, so I know it has gotten a little bit dark out. Hopefully you're able to see me okay and hear me okay, because the camera is a little bit further away than it normally is. But the next mod that I want to talk to you guys about is I ended up doing an upgraded low pressure fuel pump. Now I went with the Vader Solutions Stage 2 fuel pump. One, it's not too expensive. Another reason is it's perfect for what I need. I'm actually just running a 91 octane custom tune from Vader Solutions. I might run ethanol in the future, but right now I kind of like the conservative tune because I don't want to go too crazy with this car yet. And E85 isn't everywhere locally, for me at least. I really only know of one pump within like 20 miles from where I live, so that's why I don't really want to do that yet. But I do like knowing that in the future this pump will support that and I can make more power on it. I know that the stock low pressure fuel pump will struggle a little bit. And some people use it for an E30, E40 tune, but I mean, you know, I just decided why not upgrade the pump right now so I can, you know, use it later if I want to do actually E85. So far, this 91 octane custom tune has been great for this car. I really, you know, like Vader Solutions and the parts that they create. One of the cool things about Vader Solutions is that he actually you know, engineers these parts that he puts on these cars and works on them. So I feel like a lot of shops just work on the cars, but whereas Omar at Vader Solutions, he actually, you know, engineers these parts and has a better understanding of how they work, which that makes me a little bit more comfortable, and it's very cool to know how knowledgeable he is and the team over at Vader Solutions actually is. If you have any, you know, maintenance needs or performance upgrades that you want to do, I would highly suggest going to Vader Solutions. I think it's over in Mesa, and I know people even have been bringing their cars out of state to Arizona to get that worked on by Vader Solutions because of how knowledgeable and how reputable they have been. So definitely check out Vader Solutions. Now let's get over to the next mod I want to tell you about. Alright, so the next mod I want to tell you guys about is I actually did relocated inlets from ARM Motorsports. Now, these inlets, called relocated inlets. You actually have to move the coolant expansion tank from the left side of the engine to the right side of the engine in order to fit them there. They are a lot bigger than the stock inlets, and they are actually not plastic, they're silicone, I believe, and they allow for the turbos to suck in more air and flow a lot better, which is one of the reasons why I did these mods. They also make the car sound crazy. It makes insane induction noises, which I will show you, in a next video or in a future video that I will make soon. So now I'll show you what they actually look like in the engine bay. So let's walk on over there right now. All right, so here's my engine bay. These right here are the ARM Motorsports relocated intakes. Now you have to relocate, like I said, the coolant expansion tank to the right side of the engine bay. Omar did that over at Vader Solutions, and there's a bracket right there where you can mount it, and it is a little bit tight down here. I believe some people go with like the 335D charge pipe, but I already had this 335i charge pipe, so I decided to just keep it as I didn't want to spend more money on the build right now, and I feel like it works fine. So these inlets over here, as you can see, I believe that they are silicone, and they're a lot bigger and more flowing than the stock inlets that actually usually run. I believe they would run up in here and then flow over to where the intakes were. I used to have the dual cone intakes, but basically, yeah, these sound insane, and I would highly recommend doing this mod. This is, I believe, like a little heat shield right here, and here's the intakes themselves. Sorry if my filming isn't the best, but yeah, I believe that these are a really good mod to do, especially with upgraded turbos, because they allow for the turbos to suck in more air and flow a lot better, and they do sound crazy, which I will show you some sound clips in the next videos. All right, so the last thing that I had done when I got my turbos upgraded was I had a belt guard put on, or I believe it's called a crank plate seal. And basically this prevents your motor from sucking up your belt if it does happen to snap. Now this is kind of a common thing that can happen on N54s. But I mean, if you keep your belt in good condition and your car maintained properly, it shouldn't necessarily happen. It's never happened to me in the 7 years that I've owned this car, but I kind of like having that peace of mind knowing that if my belt does decide to go and just snap randomly, that it won't get sucked up and completely ruin my engine and seize it up. Or you'll have to sit there and either pay someone or pick out a bunch of belt pieces all throughout your motor for hours and hours, which would be no fun. I got mine from Vader Solutions, and once again, yeah, he could probably install that for you if you are here local in Arizona, or ship it out if you are not. But I would recommend this even on a stock car, because like I said, you never know when your belt could snap, and it's just a nice peace of mind mod or kind of protection that you would want to do if you do have the N54. So yeah, definitely check that out. All right, so now I'm gonna go over the other mods that I have done to the car. I know I did another video back in the day that might be a little bit more in depth, but real quick, let's go over a few of these mods. I might be leaving some out, but first, that little box back there is going to be the blow-off valve adapter from Vader Solutions, and that just allows you to get the correct line you need to run a blow-off valve so it can properly work and vent. I know you can tap the intake manifold, but this is another option that I like better, so I chose to do that. This right here is a Tile Q blow-off valve, and I love the way it sounds. It's not too insane, but it still does, have that blow-off valve noise. Right here is the ARM Motorsports charge pipe, 335i charge pipe, and then the lower charge pipe as well that connects down to the VRSF intercooler, which is down there. You can't really see it, but I need to do a upgraded VRSF 7.5 stepped intercooler, because my intercooler is actually just the 7-inch that goes straight back, and they discontinued that. I got it back in, I think, 2017 or so. So I'm gonna do the bigger one, because with the upgraded turbos now, I feel like it'll probably be a little bit better, and you know, it's about to get really hot out, so why not have better cooling for the car. One of the other mods I have are the VRSF catless downpipes, which, you know, are down back in there, can't see them as well. So yeah, another mod that I have is the CSF all aluminum radiator. My stock radiator cracked, the end tanks cracked back in the day. So this one has, you know, the aluminum end tanks, as you can see right there. I feel like it's a really good upgrade to just do, once again, maybe even on a stock car, but it, you know, keeps the temps perfect, and I believe it handles the coolant temperatures a little bit better than the stock one does as well, because I think, like I mentioned in one of my previous videos, these cars will go into limp mode from the coolant temps getting too hot, not necessarily the oil temp. So I have that. I'm trying to think of any other mods I have. I know I am running the Vader Solution 91 octane custom tune through MHD, so I have MHD. I used to have JB4, but I like MHD a lot better now, and I'm glad I made the switch over. Not bashing on JB4 or anything, it, you know, is good for other things, but for me, I like MHD. I believe that is it, honestly. If I am missing something, you know, maybe I'll cover it in another video. Thank you for watching this video. You know, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment below. Let me know if you have any videos that you want to see, and I appreciate you for watching this. Peace out, guys. Little startup of the car. It's not too cold right now, but it sounds pretty good, I think. I'm gonna pull it in the garage now. Sounds pretty good, I think. I'll do more exhaust clips and more videos driving the car, actually, so